I'm Corey.
And I'm Sophie. And we're two in the box.
Welcome back to another episode. Not the weekend that we both wanted.
No.
For multiple reasons, I think.
Yeah, game week 9, we did not do very well.
No. One, our scores weren't great.
No.
No
correct score lines at all.
And I just beat Sophie 2-1. It's terrible. Terrible. Only 2 results right.
Only 1 result right for me.
I know, which allows me to, stay in front, but only slight improvement. Yeah. 46 is my score to your 36. But the more disappointing thing is that I think personally, our teams both had a poor showing at the weekend. So we've got that to dive into shortly. But before we do, it's just a reminder that we're coming up to a break in the WSL.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll only talk through the results.
Previous games.
Yeah, we'll talk through the results of the weekend, and we'll leave the predictions until the week of the return, which I think is the 6th of December.
6th of December, yeah. So we'll have a part 2 similar to what we did before.
Yeah, a part 2 of this episode. So, if you're looking for predictions, come back in
hold off.
Yeah, hold off. Maybe skip this episode and come back when we're doing that. But let's get into it, I reckon.
Yeah. So the first one, the only game on the Saturday was the Manchester derby.
Yeah.
Which wasn't as tasty as I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's still, as you mean, because Man United didn't give anything because City turned up.
Oh well, but I thought it was going to be like a bit more of a battle.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a bit of a spicy game. And it just wasn't. Like you said, City turned up and
City blew them away in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And United didn't really give much.
No, I mean, I don't think, considering Man United's strong defensive record, we weren't considered. I don't think anyone would have thought City would have battered them 3-0.
No.
And
all in the first half as well. And it kind of quietened down a little bit, which it absolutely could have, because you're 3-0 up. You don't need to keep
just
going.
They just hold, really professional game in that second half from them. And United didn't give anything or couldn't give anything.
No.
I was disappointed. It felt like United were just going so centrally. And I know that's their game because they don't have any real wingers in their midfield.
Yeah.
I know that's the game with Park and Toon and Zigiotti and Miyazawa to be really central and play with those nice intricate balls between each other.
They just weren't managing to get through though. No, and this is it.
And I think was so compact, and then that completely derailed everything, because the players who were giving them that wing play was Riviere and Samba,
backs,
which is fine. And it works when you're in possession, but then when you lose possession, which was what happened in that...
you're losing 2 defenders.
Yeah, happened in that second goal, which Bunny Shaw scored. You've got, coming at you at the other end, Kasperai. Sandberg's all over the place because she can't keep her eyes in the back of her head. And then they punished them on the wing.
And I think this is it. I think a lot of a lot of teams have certain formations that they kind of try and keep, and like certain modes of play, and like you said, that is obviously Man United's gameplay at the minute, is to try and play centrally and do some nice 1-2s and some triangles and
have the wing backs kind of go full backs going back
exactly. But I do think, unfortunately, you need to adapt your play and your formation to your opponent.
Well, the thing is, then this
didn't.
Well, this brings up the problem. They only had a couple of days between their tie with I can't remember, PSG, and then they had to then play this game, and I don't know.
And they don't have the squad depth, like we said before.
Can they make all those changes and turn it on for City? I don't know. And clearly, maybe not.
Yeah.
Is it just Mark Skinner's way of playing? Like I said, I don't think they have that many recognisable wingers.
And this is it. They don't have.
You have like at Arsenal or Chelsea or even Man City. You've got Hemp on the wing as like a proper winger who wants to keep wide and stretch that play. Jess Park's not going to do that.
No.
So
Toon's not going to do that.
Yeah, so they really leave Riviere and Sandberg exposed. And it was poor. I mean, poor from them. Mark Skinner was complaining. Their defence errors for the set piece, because Galton came off the line And basically that's how Bunny Shaw got attracted to the ball, and Bunny Shaw when she was being dealt with. And then that one, like I said, we talked about the Bunny Shaw one, then Hemp was an absolute screamer. 3-0, it didn't flatter to deceive City, because I think Man United didn't really give anything. They had a couple of moments, Samba getting down the wing, crossing, but unfortunately no one there. So disappointing, but City at the time went 4 points clear. And they're not even playing, to me, like super great at the moment. I think
everyone else is just playing a bit meh.
Yeah, they're just not dropped points. So yeah, they look like the real title challengers, and it's a bit of a worry.
It is. And then on to your game, Chelsea, how disappointing they were.
I mean, playing second bottom, and you wouldn't be able to tell, really. I think the XG was like pretty similar, 1 point something against 1 point. We had less XG than Liverpool, expected goals. We had one shot on target. I heard the commentary team say something that was the lowest amounts of shots on target for that Chelsea team in years.
5 years,
Years. That's appalling. And not, we had possession. I think we had 60% possession, or it was a decent amount of possession.
But you're not doing anything with it.
And I don't know. Something's not right. I'm not one of those people who are like Sonia Bonpastor out. It's all Bonpastor. It's all the tactics. I don't think it is, but I don't know what's wrong. Like, they were just sloppy. They were getting to the wing, and they were poor passes. Like, just not taking your time. Lack of concentration. I don't know. We got hurt on the transition. The less said about Liverpool's goal, the better. Look, congrats to Liverpool. They obviously got some points. Olsen gets another goal, definitely helping turn their season around a little bit. But I'm just so kind of like we said last week. I went for a 2-0 because I didn't think we'd get many goals, and we struggled to even get after starting so great. Alyssa Thompson took that great chance, and then, like I said, Macario misses a sitter that could have made it 2-1. But apart from that, we literally created nothing.
Yeah, there was the Aggie Beaver-Jones offside in the second half, but it's offside.
Yeah, she looked bright coming on, but again, offside. We
by miles as well, very much offside.
We created nothing, and it doesn't look like the sign of champions. That's not sign of champions grinding out a result or just getting unlucky on the day. We look like we lack concentration. I don't know if we've got a big game coming up on Thursday against Barcelona.
I was going to say, is like, obviously this is kind of carried over from Emma Hayes and like
others.
The goals that the previous Chelsea squad, not including all the newcomers, is the Champions League. It's the only thing you haven't won. Is everybody's mind just elsewhere?
I think it's a big tie, so I do think that's possible.
Yeah, and I think, like we've said before about United, they obviously had Champions League 3 days beforehand. Chelsea obviously had Champions League, and you've got Champions League coming up.
I think it's just being too kind to them, because, like I said, we didn't even create the chances. So there's one thing that you could say: Alyssa Thompson goal goes in. Maybe we start thinking, oh, this is going to be a ride from now on. Like, early goal.
Yeah, and this is it. Did you go into it thinking it's Liverpool? They're second to the bottom. We've got this in the bag, and you just didn't.
Yeah, we get an early goal, and you take the foot off the pedal, maybe, but we didn't create anything.
No,
you could say that if we then turned it on, they completely marked Kira Walsh out of the game. We struggled. Maybe we're missing Hannah Hampton distribution, because, like I said, there was just nothing to like. It was poor. The less said about it, the better. We need to show up for this Barcelona game. I think we will, because it's Barcelona, and
and it's the Champions League.
It's what we want. They keep talking about it. So it takes the pressure off, because it's not a knockout game. So I think they'll go for it in a good way, maybe not a gung ho way, which I think's always punished us. So we'll see. But yeah, disappointed to drop points. We're only 3 points. I don't think it's the end of the season for us. Like, a lot of fans are like worried, thinking this is our league title over. But Bonpastor needs to fix this. Like, we need to get better in attack. We need to make better chances.
Defence.
And let's not, Millie Bright got left in the middle of nowhere, like, just lack of concentration, never covered the right space.
No.
She made a great record.
Outran,
she makes the most appearances in WSL. And I watched her interview afterwards. She could barely celebrate that, because she was just in such she was obviously thinking about her mistake in that goal. So, yeah, not great for a Chelsea fan, not great for Chelsea, but great for Liverpool, obviously, and they get points.
Yeah, exactly.
And on to the other team that they're talking about, not great for Chelsea.
Also not great for Arsenal. North London derby, which obviously in itself brings
spice.
Yeah, exactly. Similarly, I don't know. I don't know what's going wrong. I don't know why we can't score goals. Like, when you think of the players we've got and the quality we've got in attack, I don't know. Understandably, our defence, we haven't got it at the minute, okay? Leah Williamson was out.
Spurs didn't even.
No, they didn't score either. And this is what I'm saying. Like, our defence, okay, we've got the problems within our defence. But then I say that we're missing Leah Williamson. Hopefully she'll be back soon. Obviously, Katie Reid has just gone out with her ACL injury, so we haven't got her.
Yeah.
So we are missing our centre-backs.
Yeah.
But we do have people for those positions. We're not using like some random person that's never played for us before.
But the defence isn't a problem. Like you said, the attack is. Like, personally, we watching that game and you looked a bit brighter when Olivia Smith came on. Stina Blackstenius misses some chances.
But again, we play a lot from the back. Similar to what you said about Hannah Hampton, are we missing that from our defence?
No, I don't know.
Is it the distribution of the balls?
Stina Blackstenius misses a really good chance. I think.
No, she did.
Olivia Smith has a shot. Sleggers brings on Chloe Kelly really late, which is weird. Beth Mead didn't really do much.
No, Beth Mead got a bit lost in the game.
I don't know. Yeah, you're not had a great start to the season, period.
No.
This isn't even just the WSL. Obviously, you've got the ropey start to the Champions League. You've got another fixture against Real Madrid, I think, this week come in. So it's just, at some point, this has to improve. Otherwise,
definitely, it's not looking good for us.
Yeah, it's not looking great. I don't know. It's got to improve. You've got all that quality up front. Maybe something's just not. Maybe you have the high of the Champions League win, and the players are just. I don't know. I don't want to give people excuses because ultimately it's a game of football. They're all competitive and you want to play and you want to win. They miss chances.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They didn't create any enough gilt-edged chances to put Spurs under any real pressure. So Spurs ended up being quite comfortable actually, and Spurs created nothing. So they really were there for the taking for you.
Yeah, and this is it. Yeah, nil.
So City win big, and then they see United not pick up points because of that. Chelsea not pick up 1 point. Arsenal pick up 1 point. It's like the perfect weekend if you're a City fan.
Against teams that they should have beat as well. Now, don't get me wrong, a bit more challenging for Arsenal.
But Chelsea should have. Yeah,
I mean, Chelsea definitely should have.
We're going to be disappointed about. But, I mean, one team that is going to be very happy and that all those results going in their favour is London City.
Yeah,
London City Lionesses, which is the next one. They won big against Villa. I sit down. When we get back to predictions in the next couple of weeks, I am not giving them the doubt anymore because I keep thinking that, I don't know.
Our doubt's in the wrong place.
Our doubt's in the wrong place.
We need to start doubting Chelsea and Arsenal.
Yeah, Freya Godfrey's playing great. 2 games now, two wins, 2 games they've on the bounce, 2 wins on the bounce for them. See them go within a point of Arsenal. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they've had more wins in the WSL than Arsenal.
Yeah.
There's talk of, I don't know if you saw the talk about Trinity Rodman wanting to move from Washington Spirit, her contract's up, but Michelle Kang owns Washington Spirit. So there's, is that an opportunity in January? Could they really make a push for those Champions League spots?
I don't know. They just need to calm down a little bit, though. Like, I think, are they now starting to gel a little bit more and come together a little bit more of a team and settle in a little bit more? I think so. So I think, do we really want to be pushing the boat and trying to get new people in the January transfer window?
We'll see. I think they're ambitious. No. So I
think they are ambitious, but I do think that could go against them. I think, like I said, they were literally a team of new players thrown together, and that really showed in the first couple of weeks of the season.
I mean, I don't think they'd need to buy that many, but if you could bring someone like Trinity Rodman in, that's huge.
It would definitely be big.
So I don't know. They're like I said, no more doubting them. I think they're clearly showing they're maybe the best of the rest now, or they're definitely capable of that. I'm really impressed with Sangare. They got some good players that are starting to show.
I think, but we knew this from the get-go. We said this from the beginning of the season, where there's class within the team, there's talent within the team. It was about making sure those talents come together and work as a team rather than individual players.
Yeah, to do that against Villa, and they really kept Villa quite quiet. Villa's goal was a bit of a mistake from the keeper because it went through her leg. She didn't put her body behind the ball when she went down to get it. So, I mean, Villa had other chances. Ebony Salmon again misses 1-on-1, but they did it. They just punished them on the set pieces.
And Rachel Daly was getting very angry. At multiple points, she was like screaming at the defence.
So, I do think that's what they've got in their lockers, London City. They can hurt you on the set piece. They can hurt you a little bit. They're doing well. No more scepticism for me for the time being while they continue to do well.
Yeah, and happy days for West Ham.
You're happy about? I mean, like you say, you're not a West Ham fan. But
no, not even slightly.
You can definitely be happy for them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hard ride for them, and it's been a long slog, and it's been a weekend of all of the underdogs.
And weekend of threes, 3-0 for City, 3-1 from London City Lionesses, 3-1 again for West Ham. Who get off the bottom with that win. Liverpool must have been thinking, oh God, at least like we got some points, then West Ham win and go get a win.
Yeah, exactly.
And to be fair, it was quite a good win.
It was quite a comfortable win.
Yeah, Everton are in trouble, I think.
I think so.
Because that was it was coming. I do think West Ham played decent. I think they've just struggled. This could really kickstart them. They've got a couple of winnable fixtures coming up. I think they've got one difficult one, might be against Man United, I'm not too sure. And then, they've got another. I think they've got ahead. That's it. They're second to last before the winter. Before the winter break is against Liverpool. So they could really then take into that and get some distance going into the new year. So.
Yeah,
I was happy to see them get points because it's not nice seeing those two teams go winless.
No, it's not. And they were crying at the end.
Yeah, it just looked like it meant a lot. So but Everton have definitely got a team to worry about. They're getting pulled in there. There's not many points between those lot now. Everton, West Ham, Liverpool and Leicester. So it's a bit of a problem.
And on to that. The last game, Brighton and Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester exactly didn't pick up points. Brighton thrashed them in the end 4-1.
Which again, I didn't see coming.
I didn't see that big of a score.
No. That's what I
think I went 1-0. You might have went 1-1.
Yeah. Thought it was going to be a bit closer than it was.
Yeah,
and it really wasn't.
No. That like strength in Leicester's defence is missing from them at the minute. Not strength, but that comfortability to want to dig in, and maybe I don't know. Brighton were good for a team who, who
have struggled in the last couple of games.
Yeah, they did well to get that 3 points. So just I think pushes them away from that little relegation scrap.
Yeah,
and makes them a bit more comfortable. But it was an interesting weekend. I enjoyed it.
It was, yeah.
I think
nothing went the way we thought it was going to.
No, we did really
apart
bad.
From the Man City game.
I need this break. I need this break to do better for my fortunes and predictions.
Yeah,
go back to the thinking,
back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board for us and start thinking out of the box. Clearly, because teams.
Yeah, well, some teams have got some FA Cup games coming up. Yeah. I know London City play against Ipswich.
Yeah, it was bottom of the WSL 2, I think.
Yeah,
so that'll be a good confidence booster for them.
It will, and then obviously we've got other teams within the WSL that are also playing in the Champions League, so we'll be watching them to keep an eye on what's going on outside of the WSL. Hopefully that can give us some insight into how they're doing at the minute.
And then better in line to make the predictions for the next game.
Yeah, definitely, because I think, like I said, there's just some absolute shockers that are coming. There's some ones that are...
Well, teams are it's competitive, which is why the WSL is the league that, it is a good league. It's getting more competitive. It's getting harder to read. There's the juggling of Champions League games and midweek fixtures and
international breaks that are happening. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, so it is making it difficult. But like you said, there's no surprise that if you look back at the top of the table, that the 3 teams who were in the Champions League had a difficult week.
Yeah, definitely. And especially,
I didn't expect it. Sorry, I don't think. You normally do expect that, especially in the men's football, but because Chelsea were playing such, no offence to Liverpool, but weaker opposition, what you thought were weaker opposition, I thought they'd be fine. I thought you'd get a narrow win against Tottenham.
Yeah.
But I knew the Manchester derby would be difficult.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The other two surprised me.
Yeah, but I also thought, and it's something I was thinking about earlier, in terms of you were playing away for your
game,
Champions League game, and for your WSL game. Now, I do wonder, realistically, how much rest is there in between that?
What was the same for you? Was your Champions League game?
Yeah, but our away game, we're still in North London, aren't they? You had to go all the way up to Liverpool.
It's only a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, but they travelled the day before. Millie Bright put it on her Instagram.
The thing that slows you down is what everyone says is that the day after the Champions League tie is going to be a recovery day for those players. That's why Sam Kerr didn't play, which hindsight was probably a bad idea.
Did Lucy Bronze play? Because obviously she only came on.
She played the Champions League game.
Yeah, because she only came in halfway on to the WSL.
Exactly. So she played the whole game. So I think Sonia Bumper still rested her. I think this is why squad rotation sometimes goes against you.
Yeah.
Not always, but sometimes. Like Sam Kerr would have been great to use her, but obviously she's been rested with Barcelona in mind. Same for Bronze, was given the full 90 in the Champions League, probably to get back sharp and get that match fitness. But then she can't play the full 90 against Liverpool. Or probably would have been nice to have her a bit longer.
Yeah, well, definitely.
But maybe within mind to get her to play against Barcelona. So they're thinking, the coaching team will be thinking 3 or 4 games in advance, or 2 or 3 games in advance. But it really.
But I also think they're probably thinking about the fact that it's Liverpool.
Yeah.
If it was you playing against Arsenal, Lucy Bronze would have played that game regardless of whether she got Barcelona one side and whoever the other side.
The 2 to 3 games ahead, they wouldn't have played her for the full 90 against the Champions League game, and that's what I mean. Like, it all has a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
And so that it does affect these teams.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially with the amount of travel, and like you said, with exactly that with Man United, who don't have that squad.
And like for me, Man United, I felt so bad for them. They're playing so centrally with Turland. I think that was a big mistake. Just to go back.
And where was Melvin Mallard?
She was on the bench because she had played. They played her starting against PSG, and this is the problem. They rotated that, probably to think Turland with her height to help get those crosses and Turland to get her head on it. But it actually worked against them because, like I said, they didn't have much width with Sandberg.
Nothing was coming in.
They actually needed Melvin Mallard in the centre with where all the play was. And then they did that, switched that up in the second half, and the second half was a bit better for them. But yeah, I do feel like sometimes it goes against you, which is unfortunate. And I think you saw it in different ways for United and Chelsea.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it in the week coming.
Yeah.
And then we'll get on to predictions in that week.
2 weeks time.
In 2 weeks time, we'll see you then, to see how we can get on.
Yeah, hopefully your week was a little bit better than ours, and you're not an Arsenal or a Chelsea fan or a United fan. But yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks for part 2 of this episode for our predictions for game week 10.
Yes.
And maybe we'll also touch upon some of the Champions League games if there's anything interesting to discuss at the beginning. So we'll see you then.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.